Hello and welcome to another game of Dota 2. It is StarLadder Season 6. It is day number 26 out of the total of 27 days. That's right, tomorrow will be the last day. Empire and Fnatic, they are going to be playing a game right here. Is for both, I believe, their last game of this season. Let's just real fast check that. That's not true, because FnaticEU has got one extra game to play after this one. But, well, that's also going to be today, because they're going to be facing Alliance after this game. We're going to be seeing Empire and Fnatic, and I say we because I don't only mean we, I also, I also mean K-poptosis, who is our statsman for today, and Vykromond, my co-caster. Welcome back.
Good to be back, Sheever. My last game of the day. I know you've got 3 more coming up, so some exciting games, but I'm honestly interested to see Empire versus Fnatic too, because Empire today, with these 2 stand-ins, Sunlight and FNG, I know they played for Icy Cup, some other teams in the region before, but they've been fairly successful with this crew. They did get a win against Roxkiss today. In fact, I think they went 2-0 against Roxkiss, so they're going to seek to beat out Fnatic.
They only faced Roxkiss once today.
Oh, I thought it was the defense, so it would have been...
It is a tiebreaker day.
Oh, it's tiebreaker day. Yeah. Okay. So they did beat the Roxkiss. So that's a pretty substantial victory for them, and I think that's maybe given them a little bit of confidence. And here we go for the high-powered heroes right off the bat. Empire securing Batrider and SD, while Fnatic goes for Nyx Lone Druid.
It's like the patch never happened.
It's like the patch never happened.
Oh
and
my
in fact,
god! Do you see the bans on Fnatic?
Yes. So Bounty Hunter ban, very interesting. Oh, you mean they banned Purple Strat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those 2 heroes, they stick together so much like glue.
They do.
But yeah, the Bounty Hunter getting banned out. This was nice.
Yeah, and Bane is very strong against Lifestealer and Lone Druid, so. Whereas Shadow Demon is actually not that strong, particularly not against Lone Druid. He has very little that does anything against Lone Druid.
True. They ban out the Puck now as well. Nyx Assassin getting banned out by Empire. Together with the Whisper and the Gyrocopter. I mean, Fnatic, they're kind of like the opposite. We have got 2 opposites right here. Like, Batrider is probably going to be either mid, jungle, or off lane.
Yep.
Because Lone Druid is going to... I'm actually thinking, like, safe lane for Fnatic.
And an aggressive try?
Yeah, but...
It's going to depend on which supports they get.
Yeah,
so
because
Keeper
there's
of the
no
Light,
Bane anymore.
There is no Bane. But taking Keeper of the Light, drafting that, makes an aggressive try lane a little less likely, because he's not really configured to do that well in the aggressive try. He's not actually bad in it either, but it's just not the ideal spot for him. He needs to hit level 3 fairly fast, and Illuminate just isn't quite as strong in that lane.
That's very true. Maybe if they pick up Rubik with it, they might still have a chance to do that. But it also, of course, depends on what kind of lane Empire is going to pick up with that. Both teams still have a lot of time left in their bonus time, and we see Empire, they're taking their time now as well. They ban up the Disruptor as the last ban. Interested to see that. We still have a Visage in the pool, by the way, something that Fnatic also likes to play together with the Chen and Enchantress, so maybe it's just going to be Keeper of the Light, Lifestealer, and then something in the jungle, something else. And yeah, I mean, we've seen both of these teams. You just said Empire doing really well today. Overall, their entire performance in StarLadder has not been that great. Same thing goes for Fnatic. Even after they have been bootcamping, it looked up a bit. Like, they started bootcamping last week Friday. On Sunday it looked great, but yesterday they looked really off again, as they lost actually 2 matches yesterday. Sorry, spoiler alert.
It was a little bleak. Yeah, well, that's yesterday's game, so it's okay. Yeah, I think Fnatic probably disappointed some of their fans with their performance so far this season of StarLadder. It's okay to have a rough season sometimes, but especially after they bootcamped, everybody's like, oh, it's going to be fine again. And it takes time. Even once you start bootcamping, you start playing with everybody together in the same place, you're not going to see results immediately. They're just going to have to work really hard for the next 2 months to make sure that they put up a strong performance at TI3. Empire, honestly, people weren't expecting that much, because everybody knows they're really playing with a 3-man roster and stand-ins, and they can use this season to sort of trial, see, hey, which stand-ins are actually going to perform the best, who can we add to the team. And I think Sunlight and FNG have had pretty good matches, honestly, with a pretty good performance.
Yeah, I agree. Sunlight have played a bit less with Empire maybe than FNG has. So... But he has been drafting. Like, okay, you come into stand-in for a team and you're instantly drafting. Then he picks up the Weaver for Empire as well. A hero that they actually often play. We have got the Shadow Demon there as well, so the combination with the Soulcatcher Shukushi is actually pretty powerful. So we'll see if they go for that. Weaver, in theory, can also be on the solo lane somewhere if the Batrider is mid or in the jungle, for example. But the Rubik still picked up by Fnatic, so in theory, still an aggressive tri lane possible. They don't go for a jungle hero. And I mean, I have to say, I mean, it doesn't look like okay, we are spoiled because we just had a Spirit Breaker and such, and Enigma and a Warlock. I mean, you name it.
Lich.
And a Lich, yeah. I'm kind of the draft is
You're
underwhelming right now. Yeah.
Yes, consider us. I agree. We're a little underwhelmed. I mean, the flip side of the delicate nerf approach that IceFrog takes with these patches is very, very delicate nerfs made to Lifestealer, to Batrider, to Lone Druid, to Gyrocopter, and so a lot of teams might feel like, hey, obviously these are less effective heroes than they were, but still definitely strong enough. If this is who we're familiar with, if this is who we've been playing for months, why move away from it unless it's really just nerfed into the ground? So we'll still have to see if heroes like Lifestealer, Lone Druid, Gyrocopter receive future nerfs or if they stay like this, but Fnatic does switch it up a tiny bit by putting that Storm Spirit. And Hani, we know he sometimes plays a fantastic Storm Spirit. And this jolts their lineup with a little bit of the dynamism that it was completely missing. Like, Keeper of the Light, a horrible hero to roam with, one of the worst. And so they were sort of stuck in their lanes until they add the Storm. The Storm really makes their lineup much more mobile overall and more of a global threat.
Yeah, I really like it. We've seen them playing it yesterday, I believe, as well. So maybe not the best of examples, as yesterday they weren't able to get a win in. But yeah, very able to create space for that Lone Druid and Lifestealer, who both need quite a bit of space there. We do have the Lina, of course, for Empire, so that's a nice follow-up there for the disruption. And, I mean, that's going to be a lot of burst damage coming out. And this is a solo mid Skywrath Mage coming off from Empire, I think. If Scandal picks it up, I think he will.
It is, almost certainly. They don't even need to necessarily put Scandal on it. I know they've been rotating people around, because Scandal could he's really good at Batrider. They could put him on the Batrider, but still put him in a different lane.
True. And you see
most likely jungle.
Skywrath next to Scandal.
Yep. I think Skywrath is a good pick, honestly. The silence will be so effective against Storm Spirit. And frankly, it's no slouch against Lifestealer either. If you can hit it before he rages.
Yeah. And the slow.
Yeah.
Very nice. Put the bear out of play if you can. I mean, yeah, it's a very nice lineup. Of course, Rubik can steal quite useful spells from Skywrath Mage. He basically doesn't have any bad spells to steal, to be fair. Maybe the Arcane Bolt.
Mystic Flare, because Rubik doesn't have the mana pool to use it. I mean, he can use it, but then forget casting anything else.
But he does have a Keeper of the Light.
That's actually a good point. So yeah, you're right.
We'll see if they are together. Then he can, for example, you can telekinesis someone in the Mystic Flare if you're on the ball there. Put someone right back in it after you do if you do it. If the Keeper of the Light's around, because he needs to be like mana-ewing in between, kinda.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. I mean, open wounds or entangle. And then just drop the Mystic Flare on top if you've stolen it. Yep. I agree. There's actually an abundance of amazing things that Rubik can steal in this game. He can steal Lasso. He can steal the Skywrath Mage, as you mentioned. Lina's spells are all pretty great to steal, particularly Laguna Blade.
Disruption.
Yeah, Disruption.
And Shikushi also, not to forget. Yeah, there's a lot of good steals to spells to steal, rather. 22 times these two teams have faced up.
Wow.
12 to 10. I like the stats of it, actually, because last couple of games, we actually had, like,
they've
never faced off before. And it's like, this time, 22 games. Fnatic's leading. But I would say almost this, I'm like, this game doesn't really matter that much for the rankings, right? For StarLadder, and there's a game going on at the same time that actually does make something different for the rankings. But this is the most even game. Quantic,
I could see either team winning this, honestly. Empire, of course, they are playing with stand-ins, but they've been playing all day with them and doing well, so maybe they're starting to get into a sort of groove. Especially, they do have the two stand-ins playing as support, so these guys know each other. I think they played... I don't know if they were stand-ins for IC Cup or former members, but they've definitely played a few games with IC Cup, and they were the supports there, so it might be a decent... Like, they might have some coordination with each other, which is the most important thing in a pair of supports.
Yeah.
And I guess looking towards the rest of the people on Empire, so the stand-ins, Sunlight and FNG on Shadow Demon and Lina respectively, they will be joined in their lane by Blow Your Brain as the Carry Weaver, and then that leaves Scandal as the Skywrath Mage, and Light of Heaven most likely starting off in the jungle as the Batrider.
Yeah, there's not much he can do up against the tri-lane from Fnatic, which will be consisting of No-Tail on his Rubik, Era Saman, but just Era playing the Lifestealer. We, of course, will have the Keeper of the Light. He'll probably played by Fake Nicker 6... Seriously?
Fake Nicker 666? Yeah.
Yep. I mean, Fly is Daigo-san.
Oh, he changed his name to Trixie. He's not Fake Nicker 666.
Oh, and he... Oh, well, okay. Well, Trixie will be playing... Actually, Trixie... Okay, now I lost it.
Lone Druid.
Lone Druid, that's the Trixie hero, indeed. Which was the other hero which will go mid? It will be Storm. Honey Storm. So Fly will be taking on the Keeper of Light. Trixie Boy. He changed it indeed. There we go. Thank you very much, sir. And we do have to go again from Fnatic, calling it out. So that's everybody on Fnatic there as well. No real surprise in terms of lanes. I don't think that with the list lineup we're still going to see an aggressive trial lane. I mean, the potential's there, but now that they know they're up against a combination with a Lina and a Shadow Demon, you can't really... there's like... Your opponents can kill you off better than you can kill off them, so that's not really going to be ideal. We do of course have the counter initiation coming up for Fnatic. Should Empire try to go for something, you've got No-Tail with the telekinesis down to the Nyx Assassin, setting up for those open wounds that now need a setup, and Rubik is one of the better ones there to do that one with Illuminate over the top.
Is. Yeah. Fnatic, by the way, using the little panda courier. I love this. And of course, the funny thing is they also have the panda cosmetic for Lone Druid, so you've got Big Panda and Little Panda. This is a vast improvement over that earlier game where we had the fiasco of somebody using the default courier.
Ended up losing in the game too.
They ended up losing the game because primarily of their courier choice.
Yes. There's nothing else that counts. I do like that Empire. They choose actually, like, okay, everybody loves Captain Bamboo, right? That's like, it's very tough to top Captain Bamboo, maybe with the Shagbark or something, but...
I like Shagbark more.
Yeah.
Snowl, the Snowl is really cute too.
But, Empire, they went for the StarLadder.
They did.
Courier.
They're repping StarLadder.
And that might just be what they need.
Maybe.
But shout out to Riku. There we go. That's the one that he's been nicking on. We've been calling FNG Riku. Apologies to that one, but he's actually just FNG. Riku is the one that he loves.
Yes.
Ooh, nice deny on the illusion rune here from Light of Heaven. He couldn't get in range anymore, but he's not going to let Era have it either, so really nicely done. In the meantime, we have the bear already, of course, trying to pull the lane, or at least to stack the wave maybe a bit. There's not that much that... oh, that's a missed life strike rate. There's not that much that Fnatic can do against this, or sorry, that Empire can do against it, actually.
Yeah. Trixie is going to get the steal. A nice light strike, actually, the second one. I just... okay, now they have the body block. This is nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
But, not quite. I don't think they can kill it.
They can't kill
light
it,
strike?
But at least the thing that they will do is making sure that it can't happen again. Because the bear will be too low. So they know that they probably can't kill the bear. In the end, he only gets 3 creeps because the neutrals were still pulled, which is nice. He actually only gets 2. Oh, he only gets 1. Oh, he made a mistake there up the high ground. Oh, he's almost gonna miss this one also. No,
these steps are really tricky. And these steps too. You have to be really careful. One kind of interesting thing, Hani, wow. He actually did one cool thing with his item build out, which is that Scandal went Arcane Bolt first, so he can just spam and win this lane.
Yep. And
so Hani went the anti-Bat Rider approach. He had people pull him, the Tango and the Healing Salve, and he took Magic Stick first, just so he can heal that up. Unfortunately, Magic Stick is a lot less effective against Skywrath than it is against Bat Rider, because Bat Rider's thing that he spams doesn't actually do that much damage to you. Skywrath's thing does.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Hani, his salve also got ticked off, so he only has got his 1 tango left, and that's why we see the supports already rotating. They need to help him, they know that. It's very tough to gank up the Skywrath Mage from that position that they are, but maybe they can get it done if Hani baits it out, and he does. Can they get the telekinesis done? The slow is there. Here comes telekinesis. No, No-Tail can't get a range for it. Illuminate will fly, but they are not gonna get that. They did not have the
They needed high ground vision.
Yeah.
If they had vision, they would have been fine, but he walks up the stairs. If Fnatic had a ward here, for example, or here, they would have spotted him out and been able to do it.
Yeah, and everybody walking on...
Here's the response, Smoke.
Yeah. Everybody walking
like
to
this.
the same place. They're gonna bait with
SD
the...
takes the rune. Yeah, it's smart.
And he's actually gonna try to go for Hani here, but No-Tail's hanging around there.
This is brutal. Hani's getting destroyed in this lane. Yep. He just had a 3rd set of regen pulled to him. No-Tail just gave him his remaining regen.
That's painful. He does have his bottle now. And the thing about Storm Spirit, I guess, is, I mean, as long as you survive until you're level 6, you are able to get yourself back into the game if you get some successful ganks going. But, I mean, even in this matchup, that's not entirely true. Purely because Scandal has got that Ancient Steel, so he can silence Hani up so that he can't even ball lightning even if he had it.
He's going to have to probably do BKB Rush, I think, on the Storm Spirit.
Yeah.
Most likely. Oh, unfortunate. They ward, and it immediately gets dewarded. So Era, however, is free farming top. He's actually doing a little bit of a better job of free farming than Blow Your Brain is. And I think that's familiarity to some extent. Blow doesn't play Weaver that much, whereas Era, yeah, he plays Lifestealer all the freaking time. It's probably his best hero.
67% win rate, 17% higher than the others. That's a lot. That's a lot, as we do have a disconnect from Scandal, so we'll probably have a pause. For people wondering, by the way, it might happen this game again, as we saw it happening last game, and I believe the game before that as well, but there are some issues with Dota servers at the moment, so we might have some drops here and there. I hope it's not the case. I actually had a bit of a drop during the draft at some point at the start, but that didn't really end up putting through,
Nice,
but
nice.
It's manners.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice of Fnatic. They paused when they saw the
Oh,
disconnect.
Fnatic Bros.
Yeah.
Paused.
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was sarcastic, but no.
No, it was just because somebody says bro doesn't mean they're being
Yeah,
sarcastic.
I was like, nice manners, bro. Like that sounds like okay. Thank you.
Scandy. Good stuff.
Friendly
I mean,
teams.
this match does not really affect the outcome of the standings.
No,
I
this
think
is
both
this
teams
is a
being-
friendly match that they both really want to win. This is a match for honor because we know
A match for honor.
Fnatic is gonna go to not the Kiev. They're gonna go to DreamHack, right? So
They are.
there's a lot on the line for them in terms of reputation. They haven't been doing that well. They had a big fan base at some point. I believe there was a poll, and their fan base was about as big as Navi's fan base. But they've been dropping like real hard in terms of games, and they haven't been that present. Of course, their lineup wasn't complete for a long time as well. That kind of hurt them. That was an excuse at some point, but now they can't use that excuse anymore.
No, they can't. Scandal actually missing a pretty easy last hit on like two. Actually, he's not last hitting as well as he should
Maybe
be.
he's having
and
some ping issues after this.
maybe, because as a result, like he's not winning this lane by nearly as much as he should, considering how much he was bullying Hani, because he's missing easy last hits, and so Hani actually is caught up.
Yeah, and the chat is the question, like, on an even skill level, Skywrath Mage versus Store Spirit, without any help from other lanes, who wins?
Oh, Skyrath. He's got better range. He can harass constantly. It's an extremely difficult lane for Storm, in my opinion.
Yeah, I fully agree. And I mean, even at level 6, as said, it's not guaranteed that Hani will come back in the lane.
No,
you need to
it
come back
really
somewhere
isn't.
else.
Yeah.
In the meantime, No-Tail is sitting around on the bottom lane because Empire is pushing it. And they have got a big creep wave to help out with that as well. FNG will use probably some mana to stop this creep wave from coming in, at least.
I think this lifesteal is going to go Midas. That's what it smells like Midas to me. They just want to carry with the lifestealer. Maybe Lone Druid will also go Midas? I don't know. It'll be tough to say. Trixie actually, where the heck is the bear right now?
It's not there.
Oh my god. Okay, here we go.
There
It's
it
back.
is.
Yeah.
Maybe it was in the base. Light of Heaven in the meantime, level 5. Oh, honey. That was first blood. The Ancient Steel was there. Mystic Flare not even needed, but that was just the spam got too much.
It is. Once you silence the Storm Spirit, what are his options? What's his recourse against just the spam?
In the meantime, we might have Era in some trouble. He runs and he doesn't have his rage just yet. Where is he gonna go with this? He can't go anywhere. He will end up investing in a creep, but the creep is deniable, and that is the wrong creep to invest in. Or wait, it's the wrong one. No, he's able to get out. He does have his rage. He's trying to run. Flame Break doesn't hit. Here comes the Illuminate trying to help out, and he's actually gonna try to open up, but the disruption is there. Everybody's so low on Empire. Light Strike Array hits perfectly. They can't chase him down, or can they? Fly, Illuminate, misses. FNG lives. Fly, backs off.
What an awkward fight. And during all that time, Blow Your Brain does finally pick up the tier 1 tower. So, Era, he didn't go Midas. I like this better. I like that he's gone Phase Boots instead. Movement speed going to be a pretty big deal for this lifestealer here. Catch up to people, open wounds them, get your work done.
Yeah, Weaver is of course a very fast hero if he pops his Chikushi, and he has got threads already as well, so you need to be able to catch up. Even if he Chikushi's away, you know that he'll reappear at some point.
He will.
And even if you have vision on him with dust or whatnot, he is still going to be as fast, so you need to be having something to catch up to him.
I would even, I mean, he's definitely going to go drums, I think, unquestionably. I would even consider the full race car with Sanj and Yasha in this game. I think it could do a lot of work.
In the meantime, we have got Scandal sitting in his base. He's got an Invis rune. Kind of curious to see if he goes back mid or not. No, he's not. He's going to go top, because in the mid lane, Hani is sitting with 2 supports around him. Just saying. Yeah. He really needs that protection. But Scandal
They're spending so much time.
Yeah, we also have got Weaver coming in. Oh, this could be big. No, Blow Your Brain will help kill off Era this time. He's got 6 tick charges. He's got no supports around because they're all sitting mid. He has to be really careful. Or from behind is where Blow Your Brain will be.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can help out.
Empire have to be careful too. If they fight under tower, TPs are going to come in. No-Tail actually doesn't have one, but does Fly? Fly does.
There goes the Lasso. He drags it actually away from his teammates a little bit. A bit of miscommunication there. The rest of Empire wasn't around. There comes the slow still. Might help them dive this. Mystic Flare gets dropped. And the silence is still there. Instinct is trying to help out, but here taking so much damage. There's the rage. The silent were up, but is it going to be enough? No, it is not. The kill is still there. In the meantime, though, that took a lot of effort, but they only lose the support Lina for it. I guess that's worth the trade for sure.
Yeah, definitely, to get the Lifestealer. I mean, the thing is, Weaver is actually quite strong against Lifestealer in a vacuum because of the power of Shukachi in response to open wounds, and just the fact that he does this quick damage to Lifestealer's not tremendously impressive armor.
And in the meantime, I mean, as well, if you have got, I mean, Demonic Purge is what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
They have so much to either get away from Lifestealer because they are fast, or to slow Lifestealer down, or to silence him up.
For sure.
They only have that against the Lifestealer though, because Trixie at some point will be big as well. And then they
Trixie,
have
by the way,
some trouble.
Yeah, Gloves of Haste in Trixie's stash. I think this probably means he will go Midas on Druid.
No deal. No deal's fine. Nope.
Oh, he's gonna get caught out.
Yep, here comes the wraparound gank. Disruption will be there. Life Strike and Ray will be there as well. And that will be Trixie. He doesn't even have a lasso if he wants to, 5 seconds, but it's not even needed. I mean, that's just a very easy kill. With no vision on the map for Fnatic at all, like no wards whatsoever, that is a very easy pickup. Did they actually smoke up? I don't think so, did they?
They did, I think.
Okay.
But still, the wraparound gank is, yeah, as you pointed out correctly, when the other team has no wards, you can do wraparound ganks whenever the hell you want, and there's nothing they can do about it. That's level 5 for both FNG and Sunlight, and keep an eye out because both Purge and Laguna Blade will have an enormous impact on this game. Keep in mind, No Tail, level 3, once that Laguna Blade comes online, Rubik is not going to do fights.
Yeah. That's a very dead Rubik, and he needs those levels. Fly as well is a bit less important for him. But yeah, No Tail, he needs his levels. He's probably going to try to get them a bit in mid here, but he has to be so careful because the spam that comes out from Scandal, and he actually just can spam out that Arcane Bolt. And I think 3 or 4 and No Tail is dead. And I mean, that's very easily done by Scandal. He can just, if he finds him by himself, that's dead, especially with a double damage rune in his inventory as well.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I guess Era is still doing okay for his team. He is the highest for net worth for Era, while for Fnatic, but there's 3 higher for Empire.
Yeah, Era, he's doing fine. That death really cost him a lot. And he is going drums now, so the movement speed is going to come online. Levels are becoming an issue too. I mean, Trixie only at level 6. Once he actually gets Midas, that'll probably help, if indeed he's still planning on going Midas, because that death really threw a wrench in those plans. It's going to be a very late Midas, relatively. But he's level 6. Storm Spirit's level 7, and Empire of 3 at 8, so...
Yeah, then that's a big level deficit. I mean, not even this, not even talking about the supports. That's just pretty tough. I mean, right about now, Storm Spirit, of course, he had a very tough lane. He actually went Tread, so sustainable build for him. But he needs to be able to do something. So what do you do if you're a Storm Spirit? You need to be able to do something. You look for the supports. But because of the supports of Empire being not that helpless, it is very tough for him to get back into the game, and even if he wants to get to a support right now, he has to walk through Scandal, so he will get silenced up. Illuminate will fly through here in the mid as well. Maybe they can do something with that. It does hit on all 3. Ball lightning in. They're gonna try to go up on Scandal. Disruption is gonna be there to save his life though, and now Handy already out of mana. That was all his mana gone. Fate Bolt going through. Can they find somebody? No, they cannot, because they can't have the damage for it. And I mean, that was all they had almost. Era coming by just to say hi, hello, perhaps. But yeah, that was all the mana for that Handy had.
Oh, nice. Good. Era maybe? Nope.
Oh,
wow.
Mystic Flare, silence up. He's actually up. Oh, he almost was able to eat himself back up, but no can do. As in comes Light of Heaven, getting dropped down by the telekinesis, or stunned up by the telekinesis. Fly getting silenced, getting slowed, getting killed. Vortex up on Light of Heaven, Ball Lightning to the high ground, but here comes the spam again. No Tail already having to back off. More spam comes in to Hani as well, and I mean, this is just so deadly. Regen rune for Scandal, and it's like nothing ever happened. Although there's a lot of dead heroes on the side of Fnatic.
Yeah, that kill on Era. He just... There was a lifestealer. He should have raged earlier. That was actually maybe unfamiliarity at fighting Skywrath, but not raging on approach was an enormous mistake. He gets Ancient Sealed and Mystic Flared immediately in response. So he didn't need to die there. He just did because I just think it was the wrong reaction. This sentry battle is insane. There's been so many sentries by both teams in this game. The sentries from Empire just to get rid of the Fnatic sentries. The Fnatic sentry is obviously in response to the Weaver. But my god, how much gold has been spent on sentries this game? Probably about 2,000 if you count both teams.
Check out the net worth for supports. I mean,
Right.
they should have probably been some higher. Sentries don't
It's
count.
all sentries.
Yep. We have got a smoke up, by the way. Empire having the two supports and Scandal roaming. They find themselves the silence up now. Lifestealer. They find themselves also No-Tail though, and Henny comes in as well. Laguna Blade already cleans out No-Tail. Sunlight disruption to save his life. Nightlight strike array. Henny in some trouble. Ball lightning's away. Sunlight ends up still going down, but last two now up on the Lifestealer, and he gets burned to death. FNG with a double kill. Flying Henny on the run. Flame break, stopping them from running. That's already the keeper of light down. Henny not out of the woods just yet. He's completely out of mana. He does have 3 stick charges on cooldown though, but he is able to run in the end. But that is again the core target going down. And I mean, you saw how far, like No-Tail, okay, they got a kill, which is great. You would have had No-Tail to have there. You would have won No-Tail to be there though, to get the experience, because
he just gets murdered by the
he just
Laguna.
gets murdered.
He doesn't have the levels. They spent the Storm Spirit mid got it was so disadvantaged to the Skywrath just in terms of likelihood to die, so that they had to spend a lot of the support time helping him, and that costs the support's levels. Keeper of the Light Fly still hits 6 because he can always go to lanes and flash farm with Illuminate, but No-Tail is just, he's struggling mightily. He's 3 levels behind anybody else.
He
It's a
needs to
Rubik
pick
with-
up the null field with the next level.
Yeah, I actually think that's a really good idea. They have to segue into the null field. Yeah, you're completely right.
I mean,
it's the only way. It's good against Skywrath too because it's an aura, so
Yeah.
you protect whoever.
But one hit now, one Laguna Blade, and No-Tail dies. I mean, Laguna
Yeah.
Blade 600 damage. He doesn't have 600 HP.
So they're gonna try to bomb, but the thing is, Empire playing safe. They're not even here for the bomb to work.
No, and there's
Maybe
no
they
way
kill
they can. No, they can't.
Sunlight.
Yeah, but they can't also kill the tower. Like that would be something else. There goes the vortex, open wounds. That should be a kill.
Yeah, but this is all of Honey's
They
mana.
now have to run though too, because in comes FNG and Scandal. If they find someone, they'll slow him down. They'll kill him off. No doubt
This
about
is
it.
a little questionable, actually. I don't think Empire can. Yeah, they gotta move with these guys.
One entangle. Just needs an entangle. Come on, Trixie. No. The bear doesn't have boots, by the way.
Ouch.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean Trixie has nothing actually overall. I think the Midas is being delivered.
Midas
yeah.
is still there.
So
14
whopping
minutes.
14 minute. Yeah.
Wow.
Grim.
Very grim. We have the gold graph going towards 7,500 gold in favor of Empire at 14 minutes in the game. Experience graph looking the same. The kill difference isn't even that big. It's just 5 kills difference, but the lanes working out for Empire just so much better than they worked out for Fnatic. Just makes that big of a difference.
I would love for Blow Your Brain not to go for the Lincolns, just to go for let's just win the game. I mean, the Lincolns is good against the Storm Spirit Electric Vortex, but that's about it. That's the only really relevant thing.
Oh fly, oh fly, oh you're so
Bye.
dead. Yeah, he walks in there. I mean, they don't necessarily. Well, actually, they did see him. It's daytime.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 4 heroes around you. You can't expect.
Oh
to
man,
live.
Era.
Lasso, that is Light of Heaven with a blink dagger. Era. He rages, he opens up on Light of Heaven. Henny coming in as well. The good blade up on Henny this time. No-Tail, he's still alive. He's level 5. He just got 2 levels. Go him. Going for Era. Era getting slowed down. He's running away from the fight right now while Storm Spirit gets picked up by the Weaver at the sidelines. Trixie walking through the Mystic Flare. Won't be able to survive. Scandal looking for No-Tail. No-Tail stick charges to keep alive again. There comes Era again. Open wounds. They will get Scandal or not. He's extra fast, but Infest out will do the job. Now Sunlight and Light of Heaven on the 2 here left alive. But Blow Your Brain, he's just going through everybody there. Light of Heaven still going down. Hanny has to walk. Illuminate might give him a safe access. Never mind. There goes a Shadow Demon with the Demonic Curse. Still getting the kill in the end. Fly. Able to run. Blow Your Brain. Weaving himself out of time, back towards the tier 1 tower, which will end up going down, not getting denied. Era didn't die in that encounter, which is great. Disruption, wait a second, it's not over just yet.
There's
No
a
till,
sentry.
nah, they can't do it.
No-Tail did pick up Null Field, by the way, so.
Great. And there was a buyback from Honey, and then he died again.
Yes. It's okay, though. Honestly, without the buyback, they get wiped that fight completely. And with the buyback, Era lives through the fight, so.
Yeah.
It's a good buyback overall, but yeah, the Storm Spirit is gonna be falling more and more behind. And he got himself up to level 11 in that fight, so overall I think very, very good buyback, but yeah, 2 deaths in 1 fight for him. Sloppy fight, honestly. Did It seemed like the Laguna Blade was actually cancelled by their own disruption.
No, it hit on Hani.
Oh, it did hit on Hani? Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Which was part of the reason why I died the first time.
Yeah, you're right.
Making me doubt it.
So No Tail, I mean, getting those 2 levels is a big deal. 625 HP now. He actually hit 6, so he has Spell Steal. He didn't have it up until this point. So a big fight for Fnatic, as sloppy and as painful as it was. If they can grind out some fights in which they don't like just get dominated, that's very good for them right now.
Yeah, we already have an Ethereal Blade up, or not an Ethereal Blade, sorry, Ghost Scepter up on the Skywrath Mage. I mean, they are up against the Lifestealer and the Lone Druid. You want to stop them, you pop the Ghost Scepter and you'll live. He only has to be careful about the Illuminate and about Storm Spirit, of course, as well. The timing is key. In the meantime, they do find themselves Blow Your Brain. Illuminate will fly through, but the time lapse is still there. Infest out, Centerford goes down. Can they catch him in time? It's a question. Last 2 from the Blink and Light of Heaven, but he gets entangled. And he is taking a lot of damage, and he'll end up going down. Blow Your Brain now get lassoed by No Tail in return. No Tail stole in the lasso. Now Empire might be in some trouble. FNG flying himself away. It is a Vortex up on Sunlight and Entangle up on Scandal, who tries to do what he can. Laguna Blade doesn't do as much as it used to, even though it still kills off the Keeper of the Light. We still have got Trixie hanging around because he wants to give his bear all the free reign. Blow Your Brain, he bought back. Runs away on 80 HP. TP out from Trixie. And that's going to be a fight going the way of Fnatic, for sure.
Yeah. Definitely, Empire's starting to get a little sloppy in these fights, frankly. They maybe feel more ahead than they frankly actually are. And they're giving away when you trade evenly or even slightly unfavorably against a team that's behind, you're giving away more than you're getting, kind of. Sometimes if you have an objective in mind, like, hey, we're going to trade this fight, but we'll get 2 towers for it. Or we're going to trade this fight, but we'll do Roche off the back. If you just trade straight up, the other team's getting more XP, for instance, than you are. And if your players have streaks, then the other team is picking up that anti-streak gold.
Yeah.
So you can see Fnatic, they're actually caught up on levels. Like, on XP, they're still overall about 5k behind, but when you translate that to levels, they're not that far behind anymore.
No, only
and
the
that's
2
as a result. Yeah, exactly.
And then look at the sentry wards on the top lane, by the way. They really wanted to have Blow Your Brain dead. They ended up getting him dead as well. Really nice lasso steal from No Tail, by the way, who of course got some extra levels. I mean, he is now the same level as the Keeper of Light. He must be really happy. He has got boots and a magic stick. Happy times. 900 gold for him as well. Might be picking up mana boots very soon. Looks like Empire, though, they want to keep the pressure on here. We have got the 4-staff up on the Skywrath Mage. There is 3 heroes, around 5 maybe, even if you count the jungles, around the mid lane. We do have the last 2 up again, the Light of Heaven.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Blow Your Brain also not farming anymore.
Yeah. No Tail still has lasso, too, because he stole it during the last fight.
Yeah. It's still up. He didn't die this fight. I know.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, considering, you know, all he has is boots, now arcanes.
Yeah, let's see what Empire can do here, though, because they can't trade anymore. Like, they can't trade anymore and then still be ahead. If they trade anymore, it's gonna be an even fight, and all back to the beginning again. Let's see if they continue to keep their lead. Light of Heaven looking for the blink, gets the last 2. Has to settle for a Keeper of Light, but the telekinesis is still gonna be there. And do you really want to pick up a Keeper of the Light with that ability? Last 2 gets stolen. They pick up Alina, and that's gonna be a Vortex as well. That should be FNG going down, but he gets disrupted to save his life. Open wounds up on the Shadow Demon. The Demonic Purge is still there to slow him down, though. Honey going up on FNG, dodges. The Light Strike Array dodges. Blow Your Brain now runs himself back into the base. In the end, it was a 1-for-1 trade because Shadow Demon still ended up going down. Lifestealer still managed to catch up with him. As we see No Tail going down to Skywrath Mage still as Light of Heaven gets entangled here. He has to be careful, getting slowed there. Doesn't have Firefly just yet. Gets Vortex, but 4 stops into safety. He thought at least.
Wow.
Doesn't do so. Double kill for Scandal. Gets himself Honey there in the end as well.
Actually, FNG, such sick plays that came from this Lina. She's still alive. He got the Laguna, high ground to low ground Light Strike Array to kill Hani. Really, really, really big Lina plays in this fight. I actually think Empire lose this fight pretty handily without that Lina.
Yeah, they play even now.
Yeah. Again, these fights are sloppy. Like, they just want to close this out, and I don't think it's closable yet.
No, and I mean, with these fights, you already point out, if you keep trading even at some point, I mean, they were ahead. But apparently, even though the 7,500 gold is extra on the side of Empire compared to Fnatic, it doesn't make them win fights. And what happens when Fnatic takes that gold that is still up for the towers on Empire side? Oh, Fly. Careful there. Puts the sentry ward down just in case.
Yeah, It's been 5 Sentry Wards in the last 2 minutes. Like, how... It's disgusting how much money Fnatic have had to spend on sentries this game. Like, Fly's net worth right now, 645. Like, it's the gold he has and 1 boots of speed. Whereas if you look, Lina, who hasn't had to buy a million Sentry Wards, has a completed 4-staff.
Yeah, and she's got a net worth that's closing in on Hanny's. I mean, that
Yeah.
says something. We've got Hanny, of course. I mean, he did buy back in one of those fights. He is going for an Orchid, by the way, which is awesome against that Skywrath Mage. They need to stop him. They need to shut him down. We saw him in the previous fight spamming out his bolts. He got 2 kills with that in the end, and he was just able to just, from very long range, spam those out with the 4-staff extra movable. So if they start going on him, he 4-staffs away, and they change target, and he continues living.
They have 3 4-staffs now, actually. Light of Heaven's getting his as well. I agree. I think Skywrath's going to need BKB. That's probably the next item that he should shoot for. Because with BKB and Ghost Scepter, like, you can just respond to whatever Fnatic are throwing at you. You cannot use them at the same time, but you can use them sequentially.
Yeah, we have got Blow Your Brain almost finishing up his Lincoln, so that might help a bit. Maybe he's not gonna get hit by his own team's lasso.
Well played. Yeah, you're completely right. That's almost the scariest thing for them.
Yeah.
But he'll go. The damage items after that, I think, will have a bigger impact. I would love to see Daedalus. Desolator.
We'll see what he goes for. Desolator would be a very big help, especially against the Lone Druid. They blink in, they lasso, they had kill off Hanny.
That wasn't even. Yeah.
Like that wasn't even castable. It's like that.
Instantaneous.
Yes.
I mean, between the Laguna Blade and everything.
Laguna Blade with the Soul Catcher on there. Demonic Purge.
And Ancient Seal.
And Ancient Seal.
So it's like double damage Laguna. He needs BKB, like, unquestionably. I think going for, I don't know. The Orchid's good against Skywrath Mage, but how's Honey gonna live when that happens?
He needs to hope that someone else takes the heat first.
I agree. That's true.
And that's when maybe Lifestealer comes in play. He has got that armlet. He is the one that has to build in BKB, but then again, I mean, Empire, they know that they can pick up Honey like that, so why wouldn't they do that every single time?
Right. Yeah, Honey's he's a pretty high priority target. He has a disable, and, I mean, he does a lot of magic damage as well.
Yeah, if you let him go, like, if you let him jump around in a fight, he's gonna be really annoying. So why not just, kill him off first. Same thing goes for No-Till, by the way. On this Rubik.
Yep. No-Till now 2 ranks of null field. Again, I like this approach. Leave the telekinesis on 1 for now. They need that null field so badly.
Yeah, and that's indeed 11 magic damage amplification.
Yeah, I mean, still though, it's really good.
It's still a lot though. Like 11% is a lot if you count the Laguna Blade. I mean, come on, it's 925 damage.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Fnatic can defend this tower, so they're making the right decision.
They're not even trying. They're not even trying to take something in return though. But they do have Lone Druid farming in the Radiant jungle right now.
Another Ghost Scepter up for Sunlight. Ghost Scepter actually improves Shadow Demon's ability to live so much, because his main danger is just, he has no way to walk away from just Lifestealer or Lone Druid hitting him, but Ghost Scepter will help a lot. Yeah,
we saw in the previous fight, he got killed off by that Lifestealer, and this time he'll be able to get away, so that will be a big difference there, as the tier 3 tower top is the one that they want to go for. Illuminates will fly out. In the meantime, Storm Spirit, he was at the bottom lane. TP's now back, and Tangle hits 4 staffs upon 4 staffs, and then Disruption. Sunlight will end up paying for that one, as here comes Hani with the Vortex up on Scandal. Light Striker Ray trying to help out. Lina, Batrider still going down. Empire 3 on the sideline. Hani goes down still, but as does Scandal. Now Blue Brain, the last one alive for Empire. The dust is popping. He is home safe. And oh my god, Fnatic with the entangles. That was a brilliant fight for them.
Definitely. Well taken advantage of, because Empire I think the team was very confused about how much they wanted to push, and Light of Heaven was way too far ahead, so the first proc route was, it threw a wrench in the plans completely. He thought that maybe he could blink forward and get somebody eventually and peel them out, and instead, he ends up just getting completely shut out of the fight, and Fnatic take dramatic advantage, because of course they're fighting on favorable ground. Sorry about that, a plate fell off of my desk.
I heard that. But yeah, I mean,
the high ground low ground transition is incredibly favorable for them.
Yeah, and I actually thought, like, for a second there he's gonna be fine, because he got 2 4-staffs up on him, and he got disrupted after that. But because of that disruption, Sunlight actually moved himself into that position that he got melted. He was on the high ground, he shouldn't have been. He died, and then the rest came. Then Hani came. He gave his life for that Vortex up on a Skywrath Mage in the end, which was worth it. His sacrifice was worth losing 4 heroes of Empire for.
Absolutely. I mean, that was a fantastic defense. And Fnatic, they are a team that's known for some of their comebacks, so it's still entirely possible. They're Empire not that far ahead.
Imagine what Hani could have done if he had actually his BKB and jumped in there.
Well, yeah, I agree.
That would have been a team wipe
agree.
without losses.
Yeah, definitely, actually.
Yeah, we have a Gem of Truth set up on FNG to try and create some more map control going the way of Empire, because right now they can't start pushing high ground again. I mean, that should be clear to them right now. And this is just about now choking their opponents, stopping their farm, making sure that... I mean, they have got 2 cores and a Storm Spirit, which you can consider now also a hero, high value target that does need a lot of farm as well. So, they need their farm. And Empire can do a very good job at least slowing it down. They might not be able to completely stop it, but if they keep tabs on those jungles, make sure that Fnatic has a tough time, they will be able to still continue to be ahead, especially with that Weaver getting bigger and bigger, because Blow Your Brain, his net worth is very high. He's sitting almost at 12k, while, for example, Era is sitting on 9.5.
Yeah. Era will have the... So in one more creep wave, he'll have the race car, so he will complete this Sanjin Yasha to add on to the drums and phase. Again, I really like this. This is what I was talking about at the beginning of the game, that this would be a very, very smart game for him to get that in. And so once they get that, at least the Lifestealer will be able to chase just about anybody he wants, whether that be the Skywrath, the Lina, or even the Weaver to some extent.
Yeah, we have the Bastion also up on the Lone Druid. Does he have anything else yet on the Bear? I mean, in terms of attack speed, no. He actually got phase on the boost now as well, but he needs a bit of attack speed, and then he'll be able to join in fights a lot more effectively as well, unless of course he continues having first hit entangles and also first hit bashes. That would be awesome. Well, rather first hit entangles and then the bash at 3 hits. Awesome.
Yeah. Honestly, Fnatic they're really stabilizing, and keep in mind this is Fnatic. I mean, as usual, they're running a tri-core, and now the net worth of at least 2 aspects of the core is in range.
Yeah.
Because a lot of Weaver's net worth right now is tied up in this Lincoln Sphere, which is... It's fine. It gives you survivability, but not much in the way of actually being able to carry a game.
Yeah, it's one of those core items that you kind of want to have, but doesn't offer that much in terms of carry potential, as you just pointed out. And that's something that is not totally deductible from the net worth, but it will kind of lower it effectively a bit.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. I don't necessarily think this was the game for the Lincolns. It'll still be good against Telekinesis, Storm Spirit initiations. Like, there's a lot that it has going for it. And Weaver doesn't have amazing stats, so the fact that Lincolns is a pretty decent stat stick is good too. But I would say, yeah, Fnatic are much more stable. They know that they probably can defend high ground, which is the #1 thing. And then the rest of it is, can we get farm for our heroes, which right now they're doing effectively. Empire, like, they're not even really controlling their own jungle.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Oh, and they're actually having their tier 2 pressured a little bit. We see, I mean, Empire, they're trying to find something, or at least that's what it looks like. If you see on the minimap, they're not really, they're a bit together, roaming around a bit. We see that they won't find anybody, but they're looking for something. And I think that this is not the time to be looking at something. But to be fair, I mean, late game, if you think about this, like 30 minutes later than this,
Yep.
Empire is not going to be having that good of a time.
Weaver can do amazing damage throughout, but Weaver also is very vulnerable to Lone Druid, because if you ever get entangled as Weaver, you pretty much have to use your time-lapse to escape that entangle, or you'll just die, especially after Basher is in the picture. So you have to use the time-lapse for that, and then they can respond with the Storm Spirit, etc., to just bring the Weaver down. So I agree, I don't think Empire can really wait 30 more minutes for this game. Neither can I, for that matter. I've got a meeting.
Do you think they're pressured onto making something actually happen? I like this, by the way. They feel like that Weaver was way too ballsy there, so their spider sense is tingling. They realize something's wrong, and they
Nice
get
light
the
strike,
hell
though.
out of there.
Yeah.
That's an orchid.
That was actually
buddy.
a really, really well-placed light strike, but it was a little late.
Yeah, but that's the result of Blow Your Brain. Like, he was just sitting there.
Yeah.
Realizing Storm Spirit went in, sitting around there, so both of them realizing, okay, you know what? It's like poker. It's bluffing. One had only a Rubik, the other one had like the entire team coming in. So Fnatic making the good call and actually just backing off there. Ended up only losing their tier 2 for it, but maybe their tier 1 on the other side, on the tier 1 mid, they can get this one, and that will be a very, very good pick-off, because that is just such an important strategical point to take down. Oh, but they don't want to lose it though. TPs come in, they do take the tier 2. The slows are gonna be there for Trixie the Bear. Still on the way out.
Yeah.
Light of Heaven not gonna blink in. Oh.
They can't really kill the bear unless they use Demonic Purge on it.
Gets put up. Looking for the... there's the Lincolns. That's the entangled drop.
Yeah,
There's the lasso as well. No tail, 4-staff up on 4-staff, but no tail still alive. Oh, never mind. He's dead. Light of Heaven might be dead as well, though. Another 4-staff, but down he goes. Entangle up on Blow Your Brain. This time for real. He's getting bashed as well, and he ends up going down. That's 3 on the sideline, but the buyback from FNG. Sunlight, can he do something more? No, he won't. Gem of True Sight on the floor, and only Scandal was the one that didn't die here. We do have Lena. She can't TP back, though, or at least she's not. She doesn't want to be in the fight anymore. I mean, I don't blame her, to be fair. It's kind of over. Fnatic, once again, take a team fight that Empire initiated.
Yeah. And
Whoa.
Weaver just getting completely handled by the bashing, entangling bear. He didn't even cast time-lapse in that fight. He did not use it.
Well, that's the bear resummoned because Lena just realized she just had Laguna Blade still, so she used it
I
on
think
the bear.
Fnatic, yeah, they're ahead at this point. They've completely brought themselves back in. They're probably still behind on gold even after that fight. But Empire, yeah, Empire's tools to deal with Fnatic are past their sell-by date, kind of.
Roshan has fallen to the down.
Yeah, Fnatic, they have got this heavy core, and I mean, in early game they have struggled, but they haven't been shut down completely, and that's of course something that will allow them to keep themselves in the game, and the longer the game goes on, the more favorable it will be for them. And now also with the Hyperstone up on the bear, I mean, we saw those bashes in the previous fight. Indeed, because of that, Weaver couldn't time-lapse himself away, and that just gave the fight to Fnatic.
Yeah, I mean, I would almost say that it's not even that last fight, although obviously that didn't go well, but it's the 2 big fights that Empire took, like, full-on team fights that they took with unfavorable positioning and not focusing one player. Because that's the other thing they're not doing, is focusing one person at a time. It sometimes feels like every single person on Empire is trying to do a completely different thing. They're really working at cross purposes, which is a shame, because what they needed was like one big coordinated closing Fnatic out of this game about 10-ish minutes ago. And it's not like they can't still win, but the job is just so much more difficult after the last 3 fights.
They can't just run in head first anymore knowing that they are ahead, which it's what they tried for a long time. They now have to play it more strategical, and that's something that, I mean, this is also where the Senators come into play. I mean, this is where captaining comes into play.
Yeah, precisely.
And that's, I mean, Sunlight is the captain right now, or at least we believe the in-game captain also. The draft, or at least for Empire, I'm not sure who the in-game captain is, if that's also Sunlight, if they're trying out it that way as well. But that's, I mean, that's a huge pressure there. And Fnatic, you already said it at the start, their experience kicks in.
Yeah, they know how to, playing from behind, Fnatic just gets less flustered than a lot of teams do.
Yep. They take the tier 1 tower mid still. Outer towers of Fnatic are completely gone, by the way. There's still 2 towers standing on the side of Empire. That, of course, will also be some extra gold that Fnatic will get. I mean, the gold graph slowly creeping back towards that 0 line for now. As Hani is just trying to create some vision. He gets it too. He's got the bottle charges that he uses to get more mana.
Yeah.
He's got 2k gold. He still doesn't have his BKB, but for now, I mean, do you think he'll still build it right now?
Probably. I would definitely build it. I like that Blow got the Manta, so this is all just anti-root gaming responses right now. Just hope to Manta out and get out.
And Blinken, last 2. Oh, no tail. You're dead. No tail, no life.
Yeah. He's building Force Staff as well, actually. This is going to be a heavy Force Staffs game. We already have, how many Force Staffs? 3, and this is going to be the 4th? We could see one on, if Sunlight can afford it, he's going to build one too.
Yeah, we got 3 on the same team though. 3 on Empire.
Yep.
They really like this. We saw it earlier. We saw Light of Heaven. He lassoed, I believe, No Tail then as well, and he got 2 Force Staffs, and then he used another one to get himself away from Era, even though Era ended up killing him off anyway. But yeah, or Honey rather. Force Staffs are just really nice things to get away from the Life Stealer, to help people get out of roots, or at least get away from roots rather. Get away from the bear after the roots. Assault Kravas now up on the bear.
And No Tail, he's done with his Force Staff actually, so.
Oh, nice.
That's great, honestly. Ooh, 2 bashers now. This Weaver, I don't know how he's gonna live in these fights. All that Fnatic requires is vision. That's gonna be the main thing. If they have constant vision of him, he dies. Scandal maybe gets Hani here, possibly. Well, get a move on it. He should have just done it. I don't know why he waited so long. Hani easily TPing out.
We can't stop him from TPing, right?
No, I know. I just mean if he had just immediately put the Ancient Seal down.
Okay.
Instead of being like, well, I'm just going to watch this guy for a while. A little bit of private detective work.
He was
there
probably waiting for a teammate to come in. I mean, Sunlight was close by, close-ish by.
Yeah, probably, but I actually suspect he could have solo killed.
Courier's having a couple of sentry words in there. Sunlight probably trying to, yeah, he is controlling that one, and they know. Oh, they saw Blowy Rain in his daytime. The creep saw him.
No. If they catch him here, I mean, he has Lincoln, so you can't use the telekinesis. That's the thing.
First Fate Bolt, then telekinesis,
Sick,
there's the dust.
sick.
That's the way to do it. Entangles, vortexes, Blowy Rain, time lapse is not possible.
Yes, Orchid came in to prevent him from time lapsing. That was almost a perfect gank from Fnatic. People can study that gank. Like, put that gank in a video textbook because every element was exactly in place and correctly positioned and timed.
Yep. And that was, I mean, that's why you don't farm this camp on your opponent enemy team if it's daytime, people.
And no vision. They have no vision.
No vision. No
Empire
vision
have
is
no
normally
observers.
normally not that big of a deal. I mean, in terms of where you feel safe, if you think your enemy's in your enemy jungle, maybe, or in your jungle rather, then maybe you can still farm your enemy's jungle, but not if they see you.
Yep.
It's like 101. Let's see, tier 2 tower, last tower standing on the side of Empire. We'll bring the gold graph back to 0 if they get this kill. Tower, rather.
Oh, easily. I mean, look at the damage. Just Era at this point, he's level 18. Fnatic have completely caught up. The level deficit that they were suffering from earlier is now a distant memory. I mean, Trixie has been using that Midas on cooldown, so he's been getting the XP as well as extra gold. Lifestealer is now quite substantial. I mean, he's very, very fast. 432 movement speed when he's not phasing. So the phase, I think, takes him to max. And, I mean, he has Basher too, and good attack speed. It's really scary. I don't know how Empire win in like an actual stand-up fight.
Is so patient right now. They're gonna call Honey towards them. They have got the wards here. We see the drunks on the mini-map coming off from Light of Heaven. I mean, they already drew earlier that they knew that they were where they were, but this is just pure patience right now. Fnatic is waiting for someone to overextend, and maybe Blow Your Brain is just the target that they want to have.
They get Blow again, but that's the thing. Only Honey can. Okay, here we go. They're gonna try. I don't know how they get this.
Ball lightning, infest out, there comes the Lincoln!
Sick.
And that is gonna be Blur Your Brain time-lapsing away, but telekinesis and killed! And that should be high ground for Fnatic.
Check the confidence on Hani. He knew for a fact, like he trusted his teammate, that he would cast the open wounds before the lasso. So he didn't wait. He didn't wait even like a half second. He knew that Arrow would land that open wounds first, and he did, and the Vortex came through, and they got the kill.
The synergy of a team that has been playing together for such a long time is just really coming into play right now. Ball lightning in, FNG disrupted for now, BKB turned on by Hani, there goes the last two, but Light of Heaven already been brought down before he can actually drag someone towards somewhere else.
Low is getting bashed.
He just fought back. Oh, he got entangles. He's gonna be time-lapsing away, bashed again, but this time the bear will end up dying. And Fnatic, they're drooping back. Light of Heaven is the only one that died. The bear gets resummoned though. This is the last bear that they have. So Light, trouble, Ghost Scepter helps keep him up for a little while longer, but this is just delay of execution. Uses the disruption. Oh, Blow Your Brain, gets entangled again. Now Manta splits. Can they get him? No, they get an illusion, or they get a creep rather. Hani, missed target. Okay.
They forced the bear into the Weaver to try to get another entangle. Eric could be trouble, but Blow.
Oh, Blow. He keeps coming back in, and he ends up going down, and now this is an open playground for Fnatic. The Illuminate still keeps up the keeper of the Scarab Mage, because he was in that Ghost Scepter. That's not where you want to be. The GG gets called. Fnatic. It's been a while since we had a comeback like this. I mean, very strong. In the end, never losing their calm. And they take this game for honor and for glory. I mean, they show to people that they are still Fnatic. Then we know. They need this confidence boost also going to DreamHack, by the way, because of course that's where they'll be at. They will be having another game though, and that will be the more ultimate test because they will face up against Alliance.
Ooh, okay.
That's a bit of a tougher opponent.
Yeah.
And of course,
right.
yeah, you won't be there with me. We'll be having Kanaza's co-caster people, so I will still have a co-caster, but Vykromond has to go. Do you have any last shoutouts or pluggings that you want to do before you leave?
Yeah, extremely quick. Thanks for letting me co-cast. Great games today. This was a sick comeback. I really liked watching this. Of course, thanks to the StarLadder admins, StarLadder casters. They do a fantastic job of keeping probably the best run tournament in the world. And thanks to all the viewers, people in Dota TV, people on Twitch. I have one Twitch viewer shout out of the day for Alex Santos 17, who apparently is watching pretty much every pro Dota game. So he said he's been sleeping 3 hours a night just to catch all the games. So that's dedication
insane.
there, honestly. Yeah,
there's so many games.
There are so many games.
Like I make the list every day. There is a lot of games.
Absolutely. And yeah, so people can check me out, Vykromond, Vykromond. I have a website.com, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Thanks so much, Sheever. And I gotta run. I actually am late for my meeting, so have a good one.
Have a good one too. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter, as he just said already. Of course, K-poptosis is here with me as well, but he will be sticking with us for the last 2 games. So stick around for Alliance taking off Fnatic. Let's see if Fnatic can get another one out of the books, or into the books. I don't know if they can win. There we go.